Hello everyone, I'm Jen and I'm a graduate student in Department of Occupational Therapy in NTU. And today I would like to introduce the program developed by our research team. But first let me show a photo. This photo was from 4 years ago when I was an undergraduate student celebrated before entering the hospital as an occupational intern. And my weight now is as same as that time. People always ask me, do you exercise? Because people assume that occupational therapists must live in a super healthy life. But honestly, I don't really do any sports and exercise. As graduate students, we're all pretty busy, right? Last week, my mom asked me, when was the last time you go for a run? I think about that and said, I ran after the bus last night. And she sighed, and I could tell she thought I'm lazy now because I used to run 10 kilometers each week when I was an undergraduate student. But seriously, how can I still stay in the same shape and health condition as those days without exercising? This motivates me to further investigate, and I'm going to share the secret today. I hope people like me can maintain their health, and even though we're too busy to do sports. So in today's presentation, I will first provide an overview related to how to maintain a good quality of life based on previous study. And following that, I will introduce the PALM program developed by our research team and also present the outcomes or the effectiveness of this program and also discuss the reasons that we believe they have successfully enhanced our participants' quality of life. So nowadays, occupational therapists focus on helping people to live in a high quality of life or good health condition. This is because now we can expect it to live around 80 years. Sounds great, doesn't it? We have more chances to fulfill our dreams or spend time with our loved ones. However, reality isn't always as perfect as we hope. Does anyone know how many years we have to, and we are anticipated to live in a lower quality of life? 3 years? 5 years? No, it's about 10 years. Can you imagine relying on others for showering or toileting for that long period? It's so embarrassing. So researchers started to investigate how can we live in a higher quality of life? Yeah. The method, how can we live in a high quality of life? They found that we have to maintain in a high level of physical activities. That is the key to having a healthy life. So, but never underestimate the power of Murphy's Law. There have been so many times I try my best to complete my work earlier so that I could finally go for a run. However, the moment I step out from my lab and the moment the sky starts raining, it's not a good time for run again. So I guess many researchers faced a similar situation just like me. So they started to investigate if there is possible to still enhance our quality of life without doing structured exercise. Yes, they found that. They found that we can still enhance the level of physical activities by engaging in non-exercise activities. Because such as doing house chores or even having party with friends. This kind of activities have already integrated in our life routine. And so we can perform this kind of activities in a more natural way, and the chance of being disrupted is relatively low. So our research team started to developing a physically active lifestyle modification, also known as PALM program, to enhance Taiwanese older adults by encourage them to incorporating more non-exercise activities into their daily routine. And we also hypothesized that after attending our program, the quality of life among our participants would improve. So how did we design the program? First, we conducted the needs assessment in order to gain more profound or deeply understanding among our participants. And we designed the program modules based on their needs. And after the panel discussion and module revisions, we finally complete development the PALM program. So in our study, we recruited 30 participants aged between 50 to 80s, and they attend our program 2 hours per week throughout 24 weeks. Yeah. And they attend our modules at the Senior Citizens Learning Camp in Kaohsiung Medical School. But the unique part is that we use the 4 teaching strategies when we deliver the PALM program. And later I will use an example to further introduce these strategies. So what does our program actually exactly entail? There are 12 modules comprises our program. As you can see, there have 12 name of our modules. And let me use the 6 modules, muscle training in daily living, as an example to illustrate how we exactly implement these modules in a structure base. Okay, so the first teaching strategy is called didactic presentation. So so the muscle training in daily living module, we focuses on helping people to enhance their level of physical activity by incorporating more muscle training in their daily living. So firstly, we educate our participants to know about why it is important to strengthen our muscles, because the power of our muscles is related to the ability of balance, and also it could lower the possibility of falling. And we also educate our participants about the principles of doing muscle training exercise, what they have to be awareness of. And the second is that we also encourage our participants to share their previous experiences about how they implement or how they perform muscle training in their previous experiences, and was it successful or not, and also identify the potential reasons of that. And by using these teaching strategies, our participants would not only learn from their leaders, the program leaders, but also from their peers. So this strategy is called peer exchange. And the third strategy is called direct experience. The leaders of the program leaders, will also demonstrate a variety of movements like this position. And the leader will also ask participants to do the same position during the class, so they can direct experience what they feel when they are doing that position. For example, if you try to perform this position in a short period, and it could strengthen our core muscles, including abdominal muscles and quadriceps muscles. Okay. So the last teaching strategy is called personal exploration. After direct experience those positions during the class, we also ask participants to think about how they could integrate those muscle training activities into their daily living. For example, you may consider to secretly perform this position during Kevin's class. I'm kidding. So one of our participants said he did the position while waiting for the doctor. So he actually performed these muscle training activities into their daily living. So we use 2 methods to test the effectiveness of our program. The first is when we collect participants' scores of quality of life by using a self-report questionnaire. And we also held interviews to gather subjective experience among our participants. So what did we find? We found that, as you can see on this slide, there are 10 domains of quality of life, and you may notice all the red bars are higher than the blue bars, which means that all domains of quality of life among our participants improved after they attending the PALM program. So we're curious about how could this happen? How can their quality of life make a huge improvement after they attend our program? So the first possible reasons is that they actually change in action. For example, just like I said, our participants really add more or do extra physical activities into their daily living. And also the second possible reason is that they gain a sense of awareness of occupational pattern, like their life pattern, they finally realized that they have to add more active tasks into their daily livings after analyzing and finding that their recent life patterns was too sedentary or or unhealthy. And the third possible reason is that they really obtained a lot but correct health information during the class. They finally knew that which or what physical activities they can implement into their daily living in a correct and safe way. So they have more brave to do those physical activities they thought they couldn't do at first. So the last but not the least possible reason is that the social participation. Our participants also told us that they even hang out after class, so which means that their level of physical activities still enhance after they attend our program, which lead to their higher level of physical activity levels and the quality of life. So in conclusion, based on our finding, I figured out the reasons why I can stay healthy even though I didn't exercise. The answers is that we can intentionally create chances to implement physical activities in our daily routine, daily life. For example, we can take stairs rather than we can walk stairs rather than taking the elevators, or we can run after the school bus rather than walk slowly to the bus station on time, etc. So in this way, we can still improve our health condition and live in a high quality of life. Thank you for your attention.